Hey there guys, JSBrickz here, and yes, it's finally been 1 year of JSBrickz, and to honor that 1 year of YouTube and JSBrickz, I am going to showcase some of my awesome Lego Batman figures, which I teased on Instagram. And over the course of the year, I have accumulated however much I have. I will put it on the screen, because as this is pre-recorded, so I can get it out the date of September 11th. So yeah, I don't know how many subscribers I'm going to have because I'm not a future teller. But as of now, I do have 160 subscribers, so that's great. We reached our 100 goal within a year, so yeah. This is also kind of a tribute to 75 years of B-Man, and so it's Batman's 75th birthday, so yeah, happy birthday, Batman. So this is how I'm going to tribute to that. I always wanted to tribute to it, and now I am. So 75 years of Batman, 1 year of JSBrickz. 74-year difference, but still pretty cool. So we're going to do a showcase of these awesome figures and then the awesome vehicles, and we're going to call it a video. So let's go on to showcasing these guys. Batman and Joker. Well, yeah, we'll focus on it. Let's move on. Beginning the showcase with Catwoman, and I have to say I'm pretty proud of this figure. This is somewhat based off of the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman played by Anne Hathaway, but yeah, so I mean it's a mixture of my own Catwoman and Anne Hathaway's version. But let's move on to more details on the figure. So the headpiece went through several different phases. Not really, I mean the different ponytails I wanted to use for her, and I ended up just using this one obviously. But originally she had the Catwoman headpiece from 2012, you know, the cat ears and whatnot, cat helmet, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, but then I was like, yeah, that's not that realistic, and I wanted to do something else, so I gave her this brown hairpiece, in which I gave her a ponytail tie, which was red, and her cat ears, rather than being, you know, three-dimensional, they are just painted onto her hair, but I still think that's pretty cool. So her face is the Wonder Woman / Fayora face, which I then just paint somewhat of a mask onto her face, and there is a double-sided face, so there she is when she's angry, there she is when she's not. So yeah, I really like the face. I think it suits Catwoman well, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for the head. Moving on to the torso, and onto the torso, removing her accessories. She has a claw, and I'm guessing that's kind of just like a knife feature that I wanted to go for with her. I mean, it's not probably the most realistic, but I mean, I think it's cool, and they're claws for the kitty, so yeah. Then she has a diamond, crystal, gem, whatever you want to call it, and yeah. So this is that, and I mean, yeah, she's a burglar, so what do you expect me to give her? Probably anything, because burglars can burgle anything. But going on to the torso, she has dark gray hands, and her torso is, I'll give you a second to guess, it's the one from the 2012 Catwoman set, I think. I think it's 2012. But I know the torso is from that Catwoman set, the Catwoman cycle, with the Batman with the bat wings. So what I did to it is I filled in the purple outlines with gray, and then the lines on her shirt, I just put that with the black. That turned out to look gray, but I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, there's the bat. Like I said, it looks pretty cool to me. Really like the way it came out, and I think it sports her way better than the what's her name, Black Widow torso I gave her, that had, you know, like the which I painted her chest area with the color that matches Legos instead of that, and then just changed the outlines into black. But I like this way better than the other one that I had chosen for it, and yeah, let's move on to the legs. And her legs are just the what's her face? I never remember her name. Black Widow legs that I painted the blue outlines in that same black color that I did the outlines of purple on her torso. So yeah, that's basically really it for Catwoman. So yeah, there is one last overview look of Catwoman before we move on to the next figure. And the next figure is Ra's al Ghul, and yes guys, it is pronounced Ra's al Ghul, not Raz or Raz, or however you want to pronounce it. It's Ra's, as told by Talia al Ghul to Terry in the Batman Beyond series. But yeah, this Ra's al Ghul is based off of Liam Neeson's portrayal, and I just thought it was phenomenal, and that's what I wanted my Ra's al Ghul to be based off of. And if you do want to make one that is based off the comics, I just suggest using the Lord Vampire hair and a face that works for him. And if maybe I painted his face black instead of brown, it probably would have worked. But yeah, let's move on to the details of this guy. So beginning with the head, this head is from the Star Wars Advent Calendar, but I believe it is originally based from the Lord of the Rings theme, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what the guy's name is, but I remember him because I saw him in one of the sets. But yeah, so what I did is his face was originally orange. I mean, not obviously his face was. Like his hair was orange. So what I did is I changed it brown, and I gave him that signature Ra's al Ghul streaks of lines that would make him look like a demon. And he also does have a double-sided face, which is his angry face, which I also painted the brown hair on, and he just has the brown slicked back hair, and I overall think it represents Liam Neeson in a very, very good way. Now let's go on to the torso. Starting off, his accessory is a sword that basically is just a Ninjago silver sword. Yeah, focus. Okay, it's not focusing, guys, but I did the cool effect that I did for Deathstroke, and that was the Sharpie, then just spreading it, and then, yeah, so I thought that sword looks really cool. Didn't know what else to give him, but yeah. So his torso is basically the foot soldier's torso, and he does have a brown hand, which would be like a glove or something, and then a peach hand on the other side. This foot soldier torso is from the Turtle Lair set from 2013, just in case you want specifics. But the cape is not something you can get from a Lego retailer. I mean, it is something you can get from a Lego retailer, but the way I made it, it's not a way that you can get this at retail without doing the technique I did, and it's not really a hard technique at all. What it is this cape is the graduate cape from the series minifigure. I got it with the new graduate set, because that has really awesome pieces, but it's like 8 or 10 bucks, I think. So what I did is I took back the the front parts, and I put them onto the back, and I stapled them and just painted that over with that and the staple. I didn't do anything to it on that side, and then you can see the back printing. But yeah, I really like the way this cape came out, and it was way better to me than using the shoulder gauntlet things that I used for Deathstroke. But his torso has not much on it, just printing that Lego provided, and I thought that was cool. I originally did give him a painted torso, but I didn't like the way it was, so I scraped it and just gave him this one. Whilst in this position, we can move on to the legs, and they basically are the Lord Vampire legs, so nothing much on those. But yeah. And one last look at Ra's al Ghul before I move on to Two-Face. And here he is, Two-Face, probably one of my newest favorite customs because of the techniques I use for this guy. I just love it a lot, and I think this is an awesome figure. And yeah, so it's kind of inspired by The Dark Knight Rises / the comics / my own idea. So let's move on to the details of this awesome figure. So the face of this guy is a Loki / Bruce Wayne face that I did, make into a Two-Face face. So I also did the details on the Harvey Dent side of the face, where you see right there, the line right there, like the cheek bone, whatever. Not cheekbone, but like, I don't know what to call it. And then the eyebrow. Wait, sneeze. Oh god, I sneezed like twice on the camera. So like his I don't know, but it's that detail right there. And then that second face is fully painted by me, and I really like the way it came out, the burnt effect. And the hairpiece, I could not cut it in half for some reason, and I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to paint it full red. So what I did is I just put streaks of red and chrome in it, and the chrome parts are to represent the comics, you know, with his other, here's the hair from the Two-Face Chase set, so you know, to represent that kind of like, so it's burnt effect. But yeah, I really like the way the head looks, and if you guys really do want it, I can take off this hair and show you guys him with the other hair. If this Two-Face won't stop being stubborn. And okay, so guys, sorry, but apparently this Two-Face, his head is like trapped onto his body for some reason. I don't know why, but he doesn't want to let go of this hairpiece. I'm going to try it one more time. If not, guys, I'll try and post a picture on the screen if I can get the hairpiece off, which I probably can't. But yeah, this is basically Two-Face's head. Moving on to the awesome detail on the torso and the legs. And before we do that, I was able to get the hairpiece off. Just took a little trying to rip his head off. But yeah, so I think it looks way better with this one, or maybe it's just because I'm used to it. But now we are actually going to move on to the detail on his body. And starting off with the torso, my accessories, I mean, he gets a regular Lego pistol gun, and then his coin, which I'm glad the way that the coin came out. If you can see the detail, maybe you could focus. It's like this camera and focusing is so. As you can see in the light, there are some scratches, and that is directly taken from the comics, because he took the coin, you know, when he had gotten Two Faces, and he took the coin and he scratched one side, and that'd be the bad side, and then one would be the good side. So heads, I think, was the bad side, and tails, no, tails was the bad side, and then heads was the good side. And you can see the scratches right there, and I like the way that came out. So yeah, heads you live, tails you die. That's where I'm getting that from, since tails you die, I'm guessing that'd be the bad side. But so for the back, this is basically just the Lord Business torso from the series minifigures. And I added on that little streak for, I mean, not streak, but like cleavage of the back of his suit, because that was not there, and I thought it should be there. And so what I did is I did like this burnt effect, and so his suit's like burnt, and those spots are like to represent burnt effects and stuff. So I really like the way that was portrayed on this minifigure, and the ash kind of effect. And I just think this is a really, really awesome representation of Two-Face, you know, from the dots on his red hand and all that. And it's just phenomenal, guys. And one last look at Two-Face before we move on to the next awesome figure. So here is Bane, the next figure, and holy crap, guys, I just had to say one thing. This guy is decked out and amazing, and probably one of my, next to Harvey and Batman and Joker, my favorite figs in the showcase, and probably my favorite figs of all time that I have made. Sorry guys, I'm getting over a cold, and it's still here, so yeah, everything is painted on him, the weather and effects, and it's just awesome. So let's get on to the detail of this badass guy. So for the head, I was going for a type of Dark Knight Rises slash, you know, Wrestler Bane look, and the Arkham Origins look, you know. So the Dark Knight Rises part is where the mouth was at. It was supposed to be kind of like a painted representation of Bane's mask, like he is from in the Dark Knight. Right. Sorry guys. So for the eyes, I did some wrinkle effect with tan paint, and then the eyes pupils are green, you know, to represent the venom. And I thought that was a really nice part of my job. And then the you know, the detail around the eyes is just supposed to be like paint on the mask, and the green spots represent venom and stuff. And I just think this is an awesome you know, representation of Bane's head. And the torso spot right there, if you guys can see, maybe I have to zoom out a little. It does continue from the back to the neck all the way, so I thought that was awesome. And yeah, as for the torso, A lot of stuff I have to say about this. And my favorite part of the torso probably have to be this arm, and it's the Venom. Sorry guys, I'm just coughing all the way with Bane. This does go from his leg, you know, from a pouch, going all the way up to the cord on his arm, which induces him with Venom. And I kind of got that from the cartoon where, you know, he had the Venom gauntlet thing and the comics. And, you know, he just has some muscle right there showing and stuff. Back of the torso, just the plain Bane torso, just with some, you know, weathering dirt effects, and then the green, newly green effect paint that I did. This arm is from the evil robot guy in series 11, I believe, and I just painted to the green with extra green. This is basically Bane's torso from the Bat Cave set, which I did just do the weathering effects for, and the green dot stripe on his belt thingy. But that's pretty much it for the torso. And the legs are some plain black legs, which you know, other than this part, which I already showed you guys. And I basically just, you know, added some weathering effects onto it, and a lot of weathering effects, and then, you know, just some detail onto it, and I think it just came out really awesome. Now, though this minifigure does not have an accessory, his awesomeness is his accessory, and I just think it is awesome. This is a pretty awesome figure, and I'm going to be surely using it in stop motions and stuff, and just to display him and say, I made this. So, yeah, one last look at Bane before we move on to the Joker. And here is a look at the Joker, and holy crap guys, this guy is awesome. Packed with a lot of details and stuff, and yeah, this is based off of Heath Ledger's Joker, kind of like a parody of Heath Ledger's Joker. Why I say that is because the sweater isn't exactly the right color, in the face might not look exactly like him, but I mean, it's based off of him somewhat, and I really think it represents Joker good, and, you know, somewhat of a Heath Ledger Joker, really good. So let's move on to the detail on the face. So the face detail, and I really like the way the face came out as compared to the new one that will be coming in the Tumblr, and oh my god, I just have so many rants about that set. And the face of the Joker, it just looks weird to me, so I'm actually glad I did make this minifigure. But yeah, so the face, I really like the way the face came out, the eyes, the lipstick, the eyebrows, you know, the face paint, and like he applied it himself, and I really like how I did that. The hairpiece is from the Ghul, and sorry guys, my throat. It's from Ghul. It's one that we got with the Joker minifigure based on Heath Ledger from Ghul, which I just painted over in really light green. I think it was actually like the dark. I'm not sure what color it was. Then I did brown over it, and then, you know, like just mirrored it, and then I did green over at a final time to give it this look, and I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's the Joker, and I haven't done too much revealing of this guy because I really want you guys to see him because he is awesome, and I want you guys to be surprised. But moving on to the torso, we begin with the accessories, and what he has is a gun from Lego, same gun from Harvey Dent, but I just painted it black. And yeah, moving that off of him, if I can get it off of him. Then he has his signature knife, you know, why so serious? Which I painted chrome onto the knife part with blood on it. And then now onto the torso itself. And this torso is a painted torso, fully painted by me. It was originally the Joker torso, but then I brassoed off the detail to get this, and I really like the way it came out. And so it's basically he has an orange tie, the buttons are yellow, and then the like handkerchief is green. And to get this color for his shirt, the gray color, I did have to do some mixing, but it was alright in the end. And back is basically just a continuation of that, and I don't know where that blue piece comes from, but yeah, I'll leave it, I'll just fix it later. And so his arm are the dark, just bluish gray arms, which I then painted to make it look like he had the sleeves rolled up, and that was just with paint. And then his hands they have makeup on them, like the white makeup, so just show that he applied it, and that's from the movie too. And then he just has blood on his hands as well. Now let's go on to the bottom of him, and that would be his legs. And these legs, they did have orange stripes on them, but I did not like the way that looked, so I took those away, so you may see some remnants of them. But then his belt is basically just a belt that goes around 360 degrees, and then it ends with a J in the middle, and then he has a chain, and his shoes are tan, which under his shoes, there are red, like hilts or to the bottom. So I thought that was cool. His shoes were originally red on the bottom, like bottom layer, green in the middle layer, brown in the middle layer, and green was the top, and that looked too much like Minecraft to me, so I had to change them into this. But the detail goes all the way in through, and I really think it looks amazing. And here's one last 360 degree look at Joker before we move on to the awesome Batman. And before we actually move on to Batman, I do want to do a couple of honorable mentions that really didn't make it into the final review, but still are some pretty cool figures. And this one is Mr. Freeze, and his gun was customly made by me, no other help. It took a while for me to make this little tiny design for it, but I really like the way it came out. And when we move his helmet piece, you can see that the face is painted by me, and it's basically just the Aldrich Killian face, which I just did do my own details to. Torso from the actual Mr. Freeze minifigure, I gave him dark blue arms, black hands, black legs, and yeah, I really like the way this came out. Guys, going on to the next honorable mention and the last. And the next one is Black Mask, and I know this review only came out a couple of weeks ago, but I did change his face because I did not like it, and I like this one way better, so I hope you guys like it too. Another thing is this cigar is new because I lost his other cigar while making this face, but I somehow found this one. This is the old one that I lost, so in losing one, I found one. But yeah, this is basically Black Mask. Nothing else has been changed about him since. But now we move on to the very awesome, fully painted figure of Batman. And holy crap, guys, this figure is just hallelujah. I really love the way this figure came out. I did not think it was going to come out good at all, but I'm just in love with it, and I think it came out really, really good, and it's an awesome representation of my own design of this Batman. Now let's just get on to the awesome details of this guy. So starting off with the head, and this cowl was given some battle damage effect, and I really like the way that came out. And yeah, so taking off the cowl, you can see that's Batman's head, and I did paint his neck, so so his face kind of got scratched, messed up. But I did paint his neck, so when he does have the cowl on, you can't see his skin. But his face is basically this, and this is how, you know, his face end up being like this. And the end, and I really like that effect. Really like the way it came out, and I just am so proud of this figure. And on to the torso, and holy crap, this torso just got so much detail added on to it. It just kept getting added on and added on because I wasn't satisfied with just, you know, regular plain torso. I had to just keep adding it and adding it on. But I want to start off with the cape, and the cape is actually just a regular Batman cape, which I did just cut down so, you know, it would be capable of, you know, just looking slimmer and awesomer. Arm printing wise is really nice to me. I was gonna give him some Van braces, but I just decided, you know, the figure looks cool without him. He'll look cool without him. So yeah. And the torso. So that chrome thing right there, that what people might not notice is it is actually a bat with. So this black bat is a bat with a silver bat. So I thought that was really cool. And the silver bat actually does continue through onto the back, which it will take off his cape and his head, so you guys can get a better look at that. And there is the back, and like I said, not really much going on, but he will have a cape on it, so I just decided I really didn't need to do anything for that. But whilst up the torso, we can look through there and see that there are not really much detail going on back there, but it still is some. And his belt was actually just inspired by the Dark Knight Rises belt, which is gold, and so just the detail goes all around that, and you know, just putting this stuff back on, just because I think it looks way awesomer with the stuff on. And yeah, so that's just really awesome looking. Let's go on to the legs. And you can't have an awesome torso without having awesome legs. So I had to do a lot of battle damage looking, like kind of like scraped legs and stuff. And the detail goes 360 degrees around, and I really like the back detailing and the side detailing as well. But this is what really makes the figure. I mean, the torso really makes the figure, but this is what really makes the figure stand out. The legs. So I'm really glad I got that down, and it does go on from his toes. So yeah, and like Bane, this guy does not have an accessory, not even a batarang, but his awesomeness of paintings is just enough for him. So this probably will have to be my favorite fig so far that I've made, because it's just awesome, and the amount of detail that went into this fig and work really paid off, and I'm glad the way that it was made and the way it looks now. So yeah. Don't worry guys, the review is still not over yet, because I have to showcase this awesome bike pod thingy that I did create myself. And I actually created this a while back. You know, I think I actually made this June of last year, so almost a year ago. And I was gonna make my first Lego pick-a-brick trip to because I was making a Batmobile, to the Lego store. That was gonna be my first trip. So this is how I remember I made this like a year ago. And I didn't end up getting a pick-a-brick cup, I just got make a minifig. But yeah, so this Batman figure is nothing really special. Like this guy over here, who is, just looking at him, which one would you guys want in your collection? I know there's gonna be some jerks who say, I want this Batman. But this is an awesome Batman, and I like the way he looks. So yeah, if you're not capable of painting the guy, this guy is awesome. But yeah, so this Batman can also be suited onto this Batpod and stuff. But this is really a combination of the one in the Funhouse and the one in the Batcave, then just added on with my own work onto it. And I like the way it came out, like I said many times, and this computer went through many variations to make it look black and dark like the Dark Knight himself. And the color scheme for this is blue, and it's just pretty awesome in my opinion. Moving on to what probably the most exciting vehicle of this, that'd have to be the Batmobile. And here it is. And my god, this thing is awesome. It's blowing my mind. And this is originally not going to be the like I did go with for the Batmobile, because it was more this was the idea behind this is an army car, but it's just modified for Batman. So I was making this like thing, and so basically you just picture the cockpit right here, and then just this like long this like slope thing, and then yeah, so that was basically it. And it was pretty big minifig scale. It's probably about all the way up to here, probably even higher. But I probably should have took a pic for you guys. But I'm glad this one, because it's more, it takes up less pieces, less space, and looks more awesome and badass. So yeah. Another thing I want to say about this is it's just phenomenal how I made this, because I was thinking I just had these four plates, and I was like, I'm not gonna make an awesome Batmobile, and that's what I got. It's kind of like the one in Arkham Knight, because of some features that it does have. It does not have any missile features, sadly, but it makes up for that. I mean, I make up for that. My goal was to make a Batmobile that seated 2 figures, and this thing does. But where the other figure may be a mystery to you. But starting off with the first figure seats, that is in here, and this is just another Batman figure that I have in here. Trying to get this figure out, maybe, if I could. I think it's stuck, actually. I'll just tear this off. And take this off, just to get this guy out. It's a bit complicated to take him out, like, if he's stuck in there, but, I mean, I can work my way through it. Putting this back on. I'm like dismantling it for you guys. Oh, God, it's falling apart. But, I mean, I guess this kind of gives you a synopsis of what the inside looks like. This thing is just not wanting to cooperate with me today. Let's sit down flat. There we go. Where this thing goes, right here. Boom. Okay. Like I said, not cooperating. Come on. It is not doing it for YouTube. And I don't know if you guys how that reference, you know, probably didn't, but yeah. Where'd the other piece go? Oh, it's stuck in there. Oh, come on, you really have to get stuck in there. Okay. Now it's somewhat back to normal-ish. So, yeah, back to normal-ish. And so the Batman just sits in there really nicely, and you can close the cockpit. Which the cockpit does sometimes, you know, fall off, but it does extend fully through to, you know, all the way back without breaking. Then you can take Batman out more easily. And yeah, so just closing that back down. So where this extra minifigure might be sitting, you may be asking, is actually in the back, which that's why I say it's like Arkham Knight. So you can take, all you have to do is take this piece off, and let's just take Bane. And we're going to stick Bane right here. Maybe he wants to transport some criminals. This could also be, you know, holding my extra batterings, which I may do for it. Putting this back on, if I can. Bane, you're just making so much trouble. Why do you have to, I mean, I know you're Gotham's Reckoning and all, but come on. It's not working. And I'm gonna try to take this off too. This is another way that I usually do it. I don't know, any other time it's like super easy for this thing to get on, and now it's just like being stupid crap for the video. But this goes right here, and here, now let's try it. And if it still doesn't go, it's like jinxed for some reason. But you can fit an extra minifigure in there, and it fits perfectly. Catwoman, if we wanted to fit Catwoman there, we'd probably just have to lay her down, because her hairpiece, or if for the sake of stop motion, I just have to probably take this off, you know, and just be like, yeah, hi, I'm in the back of the Batmobile, ha ha ha. That's my villain voice. It sounds like I just said Bane, but yeah. I'm gonna take him out. I'm taking out figures for this part of the back. It's kind of hard-ish, but I mean, it's manageable. And yeah, as you can see in there, you can fit like some batterings and stuff back there. Just like some extra stuff if you wanted to. Arms, a minifigure. It's only seatable for one, sadly. But I mean, I still like it, so at least it sits two. It would have been overboard trying to do three. But yeah, this is basically the last overview look of the Batmobile. I really like the way it came out. You know, this representing like the bat kind of like wings or whatever. You know, like I said, just love the way it came out. The tiling I did for this, and everything basically is black except, you know, these rear end pieces which are clear, and then those which are gray, but I'm just cool with that. And this Batmobile is just awesome. My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men. This isn't a car, but this is. So that's it, guys, basically for the showcase. of the awesome minifigures and the awesome Batman vehicles to celebrate the 1 year of my YouTube channel and 75 years of Batman, which is just awesome. We're super glad I got to celebrate it and give it to a tribute to it. Make these awesome figures. Really hope you guys like them. And if you did, make sure you go over to my Instagram and if you want to see like sneak peeks of other figures that I am working on at tons, posting that more often probably than my YouTube channel because it's way easier to take a picture of a figure and post it and make a video of it and then edit it and blah blah blah. But yeah, make sure you go over to my Instagram and follow me. If you don't have one, if you're not allowed, I know, I understand, but I mean, if you want to check that time to time from there, and just see what pics I'm posting, see if I posted anything new, and see what I'm working on. Yeah, I also do my stop motion, like sneak peeks of stop motion and stuff. I've made a stand for these minifigures. I'm probably going to record it after the video, and just make figures and put them in the plastic baggies like I did for Black Mask and all of my other customs. Yeah guys, that's basically it for the showcase, like I said before. Make sure you guys give this video a like, add this video to your favorites, comment down below what you did think of this. Just make sure you don't be a douchebag in the comments. And also, make sure you guys subscribe. I'd really like to make it to 500 subscribers so I can do, the giveaway. And I really hope these figures do help my subscriber rate. So, yeah, I really am proud of these figures. I hope you guys are proud of me, and I do take your suggestions. I'm going to try to do the another Batman custom from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, and that was suggested by you guys, so I will give you a shout out in that video. But yeah, that's this is it for this video, guys. 1 year of JSBrickz. I hope you go on for another 5. I hope we can get to however much we get to. By 100 was my landmark, 1,000 would be awesome, 500, heck, even, yeah, that's, really it for the video. So sad for you guys, but stay tuned for another video coming soon. I don't know what the next video is going to be, but, okay, that just sounded like I was on crack.